Well, hey there, partner. It's always good to meet a fan. Now, wait, hold on a second. It says here you're not subscribed to No Pain, No Wayne. You better press that button if you know what's good for you.
I stayed awake just to hear you coming.
That's fucking
Whoa.
badass. No Pain, No Wayne.
We're back.
We're back! In this episode, is it 13 or 14? It depends on the bonus episode, I suppose.
Does that count as an
No, it
episode?
doesn't. Sorry about the bonus episode.
Yeah, that was shit.
It was dog shit. Thank you for the one person who subscribed from it, though. You're a real one. Anyway, we're back. This time, we forgot a movie. As stated in the bonus episode, we forgot all about Blue Steel.
Yeah, Blue Steel.
So, we watched Blue Steel. And we
Yeah.
realized not a lot to say, so we decided to watch another one. Hence the wall-to-wall title. We
Yeah.
watched two John Wayne films back to back.
Yeah.
Blue Steel and Randy Rides Alone.
Yeah.
And it turns out there's not a lot to say about either of them.
Not
So
necessarily, no.
we decided to speed through it a little bit.
Yeah.
Micah, would you please provide us with our short little summary of Blue
Right.
Steel?
So, John, he's a U.S. Marshal once again for the 500th time.
Yep.
He discovers a robbery, and then he is framed for the 500th time. And you know how it goes. He befriends the sheriff, but the sheriff is still kind of skeptical of him, and there's a love interest per se. She's not dumb this time though.
No.
She's relatively.
She's not stupid.
She's not stupid.
She doesn't
that's
push
for
the
sure.
plot along that much, but she's no
Yeah, no.
fool. She catches on to the villain. She's
Yeah.
entirely helpless and can't do fucking anything. But she knows that he's bad.
Yeah. The movie plays out just like you expected. John and the sheriff catch the bad guy, which is Akiva Kanut.
Yep.
Instead of really talking about the plot, I want to talk about the opening scene, which is pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Because you sort of got this, like, Hateful Eight type vibe going. You got people walking into this hotel, is it, or something like that?
It's a hostel, and there's a storm coming, and all these different characters
Yeah.
are coming in to escape the storm.
Yeah.
There's a mystery because we know a robbery is gonna happen, but we don't know who's gonna do it.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts was the couple.
Yes.
This scene is just full of sexual innuendos, which is really surprising given the Hays Code,
Mm-hmm.
which may or may not be implemented by this time.
It is implemented.
It is implemented? Okay.
I guess it's because I guess innuendo in this way is allowed, but nothing's explicit.
Right.
Explicit.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, they check in and they're like, and the guy running the hotel is like, "Do you want the bridal suite?" And then the two of them look together, and they like
Yeah.
kind of nod, and he goes, "Just remember, don't make too much noise.
Yeah.
The fella next to you gets up at 5."
And-
And they smile and nod, and then they run upstairs.
Yeah, and then after a while, the young gentleman walks downstairs. He's like, "Sir, I can't find it."
He's like, what did you lose something?
No, I didn't lose nothing.
Well, what can't you find? And he kind of whispers in the guy's ear.
Yeah.
And they go upstairs laughing, and I said, "Oh, it must be the clitoris. He can't find it." He's asking this old timer to help him locate it.
Yeah.
That fabled. I don't think it's real. I think it's a myth, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happens.
It's a great scene.
That's really all you need to know about the movie.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Once again, the title does with. It means nothing.
Yeah, Blue Steel.
There's no blue. There's no steel. There's gold, but no steel.
Yeah.
That's
There's
it.
nothing.
Yeah.
What a waste. That's really the whole movie. John Wayne finds the villain, gets the girl, and they ride off happily ever after.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, the movie's boring. However, we found a way to make it more interesting.
Yes, we did.
We developed the John Wayne B Western bingo board. It's on your
Yes.
screen now. And this is all we paid attention to throughout the entire movie. Michael, will you pull up the board so we
yes, I
can
will.
walk the audience through it? At least just the categories first, and then we'll say who did what.
All right. Are we just going
So
through the
top
whole
to
board?
left, top left to right, and we'll keep going down.
All right. Top left, we got the white horse.
The white horse, John riding in on a glorious white stallion.
Yes.
Classic.
Check mark. Yes.
Check
in this
mark.
Film. Next, we have a stupid woman. We clarified that.
No stupid woman.
Stupid woman.
The love interest
she's
has a
fine.
brain.
Animal cruelty is next.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Horses keep collapsing and getting flipped on their heads.
Yep. Next one to the right was mostly boring. Check mark.
Check. Yep. Most of the time in this movie, it's dead silent, and
Yeah.
horses are running around.
Yeah. Next after that, we get a grand hat.
Grant, this is our iconic background characters with huge hats.
I think every single character had a grand hat, to be honest.
That's
with you.
one of the best parts of this movie. There's some
Yeah.
spectacular hats.
Next up, we had the super old dad.
Yep, the love interest always is a 20-year-old girl with an 85-year-old father, and that is true here once again.
We obviously had to have the haymaker fight.
The haymaker, yep, a fight where they're just fucking walloping each other
Yeah.
like Looney Tunes characters.
This one, was this the movie? We were so close to having a chariot ride
Yep.
stuff. Because John just randomly crawled up to the horses on pulling a wagon. He's just there fighting a guy, right?
Well, he's grabbing the woman because her horse collapses.
Right, yeah.
And then he pulls her up and he throws her onto his horse.
Yeah.
And then he rides on the wagon.
We were dangerously close to another chariot.
Well,
scene.
we were hoping the wagon would fall apart and he would be, Ben Hurring away. Sadly, it does not occur.
No. We had John is framed. Clarified that.
Yep, he is.
Converted villain. We did not. Actually.
No, that was a long shot. That happens in a couple, but not in this
Yeah.
one.
No music.
Yep, not a peep except for the beginning and end.
Yep. And we had stock footage. This one was great.
They used two men fall off a cliff. First, Gabby Hayes gets shot and falls off the cliff,
Yeah.
and you see him fall into the river.
Yeah.
And then John jumps after him, and it is the exact same footage, both times separated by exactly 10 seconds.
And it's the exact same location where the two men were fighting. They fell off the cliff, and the man from Utah.
Yes, and when
Same river, same cliff,
Yep.
all that.
Yep,
Yeah.
identical. We are starting to see 95% of the locations in these movies are the same. I'm not going to catalog them, so it would take way too much effort. However, if you do this project, you'll see a lot of familiar rocks.
Oh yeah. Next we have our gimme, which is John Wayne is a good man.
Yeah, he's a great man.
He's a good man.
He's a good man.
Next up we have rare insult. We actually did not have one of these.
Yeah, these are like you galoot,
Yep.
you two-time and scalawag, that kind of thing.
Yep. Next up, harmonica. We have not had a harmonica in about 5 movies, I want to say.
God, I miss it.
Yeah, it's such a lovely flavor to have in the movie.
I know.
It's just vanished.
For no reason.
Yeah, but it's so crazy that 9 movies in a row.
I'm guessing the guy who the original, Tex, whatever his name was, could play the harmonica, but John could not. Because the second it stopped being remakes of those movies, the harmonica went away.
Yeah.
And we're poorer for it.
Next up, we got the crazy horse stunts. And if you have Yakima Canutt in a movie, there's gonna be crazy horse stunts.
Someone jumping off a horse, onto a horse, flinging themselves next to a horse.
Into a horse, you know what I'm saying?
You can't get around it, and it's in this movie.
Next up, we got the credits occurring 30 seconds after the fallen action.
Yep.
And this was actually a relatively drawn out fallen action.
Yeah, it
It's
didn't
like-
take 30 seconds. It took about a minute and a half.
Yeah.
It's still fast.
It's very fast. We got next up befriending the sheriff, as you do in a John Wayne movie.
Yep.
This one was a push. John Wayne sinning. Nope.
Nope.
Only
That'll
been-
happen one more time.
Yeah. Next up, we got a rich villain, which of
Mhm.
course there was.
Yeah, a rich villain who's disguised amongst the townsfolk.
Yes.
That happens in every single fucking movie.
Next one, to complete our bingo, John Hijinks.
Yep.
Yep. Got a classic quick draw scene as well,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah.
It's
That
probably-
was great.
It's probably the best quick draw scene we've had in these movies.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's
Oh, yeah.
pretty cool. He quick draws the gun out of Yakima's hand.
It's great. John in disguise.
He
He's
doesn't reveal that he's a marshal until the end of the movie, so he's in disguise.
Yep. No comedy sidekick.
None. God, I wish there was one.
Unfortunately, we need a Sonora Joe again. And no racism, but that's because there's no minority characters, which in essence could be racist, but we'll
If we
keep
had
it off.
Sonora Joe, we could mark down both of those.
We could. Yes.
Sadly, no such character.
Yeah.
But that is Blue Steel.
Blue Steel.
It is, that was 16 out of 25 possible markings.
Yeah.
And that's about how similar it is to the other movies.
Yeah.
It is like 70% movie we've already seen.
Yes.
And so we will move swiftly along
Yep.
to Randy Rides Alone. I was excited.
This
and-
one was slightly more interesting, I think. At least considering the beginning and the
the
ending.
beginning and the ending, way better.
Way
the
better.
middle, way worse.
Yeah.
This is...
Yeah.
There is 5 minutes of amazing movie in this.
Yeah.
And I might do a super cut of it here if it's short enough. Otherwise, watch the beginning of the movie and then skip to the last 3 minutes and watch that.
Yeah.
That is all you need to see.
That's all.
But here we go. So I'm going to do a quick intro for this one, the same way you did.
Yeah.
So here we have open. John Wayne walks into a bar. It's eerie. It's filled with corpses as a piano plays itself, playing an eerie tune. Mystery, intrigue. John Wayne rides in. Randy rides alone. He finds the girl, joins a gang, and he blows up an old man in a hotel. That's the movie. That's it. That's all
Yeah.
it's fun. He blows up an old man in a hotel. Here it is.
It's a beautiful
Fuck,
scene.
it's fucking awesome. I love that moment so much.
Oh man.
He blows the fuck out of that old man. He's gone. He's atoms. And that's all. That's the most interesting part of the movie.
Yeah.
So, we did bingo again.
We did bingo again. Was it? We had the exact same amount, right, for this
Yep,
movie?
it's another 16 markers.
Yeah.
Just really the only difference was we had a stupid female character because she can't tell who the villain is, even though it's
Yeah.
like upsettingly obvious who
Yeah.
is doing what. And we don't have him. What do we not have him do in this? There's one thing that changes.
Shoot. Let me check.
Check the folders. Check the files.
No quick draw.
Yeah, that's what swaps.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the only thing that swaps.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
That's Randy. You know, here's the other. Bang. There's the finished one for Randy Rides Alone.
Boom.
Boom. Now you know the exact plot to that movie. The exact same things happen.
I do want to quick point out, Randy Rides Alone, we had a new director.
Yes, we did.
Harry L. Fraser was the director for this film, and digging into his background, we found some interesting facts.
One interesting fact.
1.5, we'll say that. the half interesting fact is he directed a lot of silent films, and that was that showed in this film. Minimal dialogue. There's a mute character. The villain is a mute character. Is mute.
Yep. Well, he's pretending to be mute.
True.
Matt the Mute. That is the villain. He can talk.
Yeah. But
what's interesting is John does not speak for the first 15 minutes of this movie. Yeah. And it is painfully silent. Yeah. The opening's cool, but then it's like pulling fucking teeth, man.
Yeah.
It's like, so boring.
It's about like 20 minutes of horse chase.
And I like silent film. Like, I've seen the classic ones.
Right.
You know, The Passion of Joan d'Arc, The Journey to the Moon, The Great Train Robbery.
Yeah.
I like these movies.
Yeah.
I mean, what you saw me, I watched a bunch of those weird fucking ones. They're like a minute long. Like The Incredible Balancing Act or Four Talking Heads. Great movies. Watch them. They're 45 seconds. That's the proper length of a movie. But yeah. House blows up.
Yep.
The best part of the movie. That fucking house exploding.
It's great.
It's spectacular. The second we saw that model, I said, they're gonna blow that shit up.
Yeah. And they did.
That's the only reason you ever have a model. And they blow the fuck out of it. A single stack of dynamite blows up that entire place, which is this poor woman's entire livelihood. It's where her uncle worked, and she blows it to hell. It's gone, and then she marries him instantly. Yeah. She was like, "Oh, phooey, you blew up my house, but you saved my money. I'll marry you, John Wayne. You're a good man."
So in the end, really, the title lied to us, because Randy does not ride alone.
No, he doesn't. He rode in alone, but he rode away with his woman. Yeah. And Randy rides a woman. That's the sequel. Whoa!
Oh, man.
Is there anything we're missing?
We got our critics' corner.
The director. The second fact, the actually interesting one.
Yes, how could we forget? He wrote this. He was one of the writers for the very first live-action Batman serial film.
The first live-action Batman in 1943, the one with the floppy ears. Here's a picture.
He wrote that.
That's him. He did it. Oh, jinx.
So yeah, there's our fun facts.
Yeah.
Segue into Critics Corner. Blue Steel was a 36 on Rotten Tomatoes.
All
fair.
Fair, yeah.
Randy Rides Alone, a bit better, 40%.
Fair. The opening and the ending bump it up a bit.
Yeah.
If only the middle were interesting.
True.
If only. This is a movie that deserves a remake.
It does.
You could remake this movie and it would be badass. It'd be so fun.
It would.
Sadly, they shan't.
No.
And I believe that brings us to the end of Wall to Wall Wayne.
Yeah.
Somehow, twice the Wayne, half the episode length.
Yeah, that's crazy how that works.
Let's give our review for Blue Steel very quickly.
Blue Steel, I'm going thumb up, thumb down.
Me too. Good and bad in equal parts.
Yeah.
Blue Steel. Bam! Now, Randy Rides Alone.
Yeah, one thumb up, one thumb down.
I'm just gonna give it one thumb up.
That is fair.
The explosion's growing on me. Gotta love an old man fucking exploding. That brings us to the end of our show.
Tune in next week.
Next week we are watching The Star Packer.
Interesting.
I had zero expectations.
Yeah.
But
Just like you should for this show.
Damn right. Tune in next week for No Pain, No Wane.